Sometimes I just come back to recording and I just see my model with random toggles on it. And now we're here. Anyways, we're back for another Fat Electrician videos. Or is this the Fat Files? Hold on. Okay, it's the actual Fat Electrician channel. Okay. Anyways, we're here for another Fat Electrician video. And this time we're going to be looking at one that was requested from the first reaction video I did of it. Which is America's Secret Underground Cheese Bunkers. But I saw bunker. I didn't see that it was plural whenever I was looking at this video at first. So not only is there an underground cheese bunker, there's bunkers. This is definitely going to be something. How many of these do we have? Why do we have them? What kind of cheese does it have? And what's the purpose? Is this like an Armageddon bunker? Is that what these supposed to be? And we're using cheese? I would have stuck with beans, but whatever. Anyways, I got nothing else for this intro, so we're just going to go and jump right into it. So let's go and do that now, shall we? And I swear to God, if I have another Matrix moments whenever we're watching this, I swear to God, I am going to lose it. I'm going to lose it harder than I lost in yesterday's video, okay?
This has almost nothing to do with the U.S. military, but it's so ridiculous I can't not talk about it.
All right. Lovely.
Today we're talking about America's strategic cheese reserve. Yeah, if you didn't...
That is just a lot of pallets of cheese. Oh boy.
No, the United States currently has over 500 underground cave warehouses span...
He say 500? 500? 2 zeros behind the 5? I was expecting like maybe 17 at most. 500? We're 2 minutes in the recording and I'm already going like, what the hell? We got 500 of these things. Why? I guess we just got, well, at least we're not running out of cheese anytime soon.
Spanning across 35 different states, the largest of which is underneath Springfield, Missouri, where America, as of August 2022, currently hoards 1.5 billion pounds of cheese. And just for the record, I realize
I don't know why, but the moment I saw that, I was just like, you know, just take all these cheese and just drop it on the next, like, military target and just watch that just be enough. And then they just go, and then the target just goes back to a military base and, like, they're like, what the hell happened? And they're just like, America dropped 1.5 billion pounds of cheese on us. Are you serious? I don't know. You know, I don't know why America having like 500 underground cheese bunkers surprises me much, because America is... It is definitely the most country of all time, yeah. We got a bunch of wild shit here, alright? So this really shouldn't just be... This should not be surprising to me, but it's just...
Uploading this video very close to April Fool's Day. This is not an April Fool's joke. I am 100% serious.
When was this uploaded in, like, what, March? April? Oh, right after. Okay. I guess I missed it. If he said right after, I don't know.
El Dorado is real, and Uncle Sam made it out of cheese.
Look, El Dorado, the city of gold.
Alright, so if we have this much cheese, a quick question. Does that mean the moon is made out of cheese?
I know what you're thinking. Right now, you're like, wow, that's a cool little factoid. I can't wait to share that with my buddy at the bar one day. But no, this is going to infect your thoughts for the rest of your life. You're never going to see the world through the same lens ever again. I mean, for example...
You know what? I already stopped seeing the world under the same lens, like, back when I was, like, 14.
Let's just say you're at home watching The Walking Dead. You're going to come to the realization there'd be way more fucking cheese in the apocalypse than that, okay? Yeah. You're never going to be able to watch Mad Max again without thinking about cheese. You have to come to the terrifying realization that you live in a world where there is a greater than 0% chance that one of these underground cheese caves gets mistaken for a government facility and gets nuked in World War III, and we're going to have to deal with a radioactive tsunami wave of nacho cheese. And this is real life.
Yeah.
So I asked myself one
question. Possibly, yeah. Yeah. Jesus. Radioactive wave of tsunami cheese. Jesus Christ. That's... That's certainly a scenario, man.
Question: how on earth did America get to this point?
Exactly,
Because
that's
I know
what
it
I
didn't
wanna know.
happen overnight. And what I found was the craziest real-world example of a
Oh, boy.
butterfly effect that I have ever seen. And believe it
Okay.
or not, it all actually ties back in with last week's video of the ice cream ships of World War II.
Oh.
If you missed that, the super
I
abbreviated
did,
version, basically the U.S. government banned alcohol during Prohibition in the 1920s. Because of that, all the bars in America turned themselves into ice cream parlors to stay in business. Ice cream
okay.
stepped up to fill the social void left by alcohol. If so facto, there was like 2 generations of Americans that treated ice cream like it was alcohol, socially speaking. As I'm sure you can
Okay.
imagine, this would drive up dairy consumption. Combine that with the fact that the 30s and 40s is when refrigeration would become readily accessible, meant that for the first time in human history, there was such a demand for dairy products that farmers could exclusively become dairy farmers, meaning that this would be the birth of the entire dairy industry. And honestly, it worked out great. Right up until it didn't in 1949.
Oh, what
1949,
happened there?
4 years after World War II, the American military is downsized. There's not an entire horde of young men eating 10,000 calories a day, and America's not exporting anywhere near as much food to other countries for war relief, meant that there was a decrease in dairy consumption or a dip in the dairy
Gotcha.
market. As this became a bigger and bigger problem, the government had to step in because they weren't about to let the entire dairy industry implode, because, I mean, let's face it, that would be utter catastrophe. So the USDA stepped in and said, hey, you know what? We're going to buy all the excess milk. Okay, pause. Thought experiment. You're a dairy farmer. You make all of your money by selling milk. And then suddenly, a couple years back, motherfuckers quit drinking milk, aka you made less money. Now the government has come out of left field and said, hey, we're going to buy all of the milk. What do? You make more fucking milk. And that's exactly what happened. So just to be clear, there was already
I was about to say, I don't know where this is going, because when the government gets involved, who knows what's going to happen. Yeah, who knows what's going to happen. Yeah, it's hard to tell in a situation like that, yeah. I mean, we all know one of the most terrifying things to hear is, I am from the government and I'm here to help, but this time I'm from the government and I'm here to buy. So it's like, I don't know. Apparently the answer was make more milk. Okay, good to know. If they're here to buy, then make more, I guess. Yeah.
much milk. Now there's definitely gonna be too much milk. So naturally, all the milk starts flowing in. The government has absolutely no idea what to do with it, so they turn it into cheese, that way it doesn't expire. That part makes sense, but now what do you do with all the cheese? They have no clue, so they just throw it underneath a mountain, ignore it, and hope the problem goes away. But it doesn't go away because every single presidential administration through the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, they all continue to buy up excess milk to prop up the dairy industry, turn it into cheese, and stash it away in these caves. It literally turns into a giant political game of kick the can down the road because nobody wants to be the president that crashes the global economy by not buying enough milk while sitting on top of a mountain of cheese, which, understandable, I don't want to be that guy either.
Hey,
then,
fair enough,
fast forward to
yeah.
1980, Ronald Reagan, aka the small government.
Come on! I just... Okay, I don't know if this actually counts as a Matrix moment, but still. I just quoted the man! I just quoted him! Like... Yeah, this might count as a Matrix moment. I don't... Okay, let's just get back into it.
Government guy gets elected, finds out that the US government is sitting on top of 500 million pounds of cheese and spending $1 million a day to refrigerate and store it, and he looks at this whole issue like a beaver looks at running water. Absolutely fucking not. We can't have it. So his administration goes about figuring out the cheapest way to solve this cheese problem.
Okay.
Obviously, we're going to throw it all in the ocean. However, having at least the foresight to understand that that would cause political backlash, he wanted to see how the public would receive it, so someone from his administration shows up to a White House press conference with a 5-pound block of moldy cheese and is like, hey, we got 500 million pounds of this shit. How would you guys feel if we threw it in the ocean? It'll be fun. We'll save money on cheese. We're going to find out if blue whales are lactose intolerant. It's going to be a great science experiment. The public did not go for it. They kind of felt like, hey, I've paid taxes for the last 40 years. You've turned those taxes into cheese. I would at least like the cheese. So then the Reagan...
Yeah. You know, that's fair. Like, if my taxes are going to, you know, preserving all of this and making more of this, we got to do something with it, okay? Like, we're really just going to do it for, like, how like, a few decades, and then just say we're going to throw it in the ocean? Like, nah. Nah, we gotta do something with it, okay? Something gotta be done with it.
Administration took the 55-gallon drums of cheese, cut it up into 5-pound blocks, packaged it, and spent the remainder of his administration funneling 300 million pounds of cheese into impoverished and elderly homes. And this is where we get the saying, government cheese, from.
You're gonna end up eating a steady diet of government cheese and living in a van down by the river.
The U.S. government would then continue to give out government cheese until the 1990s, when they seemingly ran out, because as of today, all 1.5 billion pounds of underground secret cheese in America is privately owned by corporations like Kraft and Velveeta. And this is the part where I wanted to end the video on a happy note of the government made a mistake, they fixed a mistake over 50 years, happy ending. Hooray. However,
yeah, I didn't think it was gonna end that way with the way he was talking and everything. What did the government do? What did we mess up?
It didn't really make sense because something happened in the 1990s where the government was able to stop buying the excess milk. What happened? Oh. And that's when it hit me. It was absolutely the Got Milk ad campaign, the biggest, most iconic ad campaign of all time. I mean, every cafeteria and every school in America had a bunch of posters of famous athletes with milk mustaches saying, "Got milk, drink your milk." I vividly remember commercials as a child telling me that if I didn't drink enough milk, my arms would literally fall off my body.
Mr. Miller told me he never drinks milk. Look at him.
Oh, is that where this comes from?
No, that's not good.
Got milk.
That's... I just saw the clip where... I didn't see the part where they started drinking the milk after that. Or did I just not understand it? I don't know, but just... What the hell? I don't know why, but that reminded me of something that I heard from like a Rooster Teeth animation back when they were good, where they're talking about like some soda brand that went out of business and the reason they think that is because a rumor went around that drinking the soda made your schlonger shrink. And if that's the case, that's... Which just... If that is... I don't know if that's the reason why, but it wouldn't surprise me, because, you know, that's a pretty convincing way to get people to stop drinking that. Oh, jeez. I don't know why, but that just reminded me of that right there. Where it's like, hey, you don't drink this, your arm's gonna break off. And then I just came up with something that was basically the opposite of like, don't drink it, otherwise you're gonna get with the shrunken schlonger.
Surely this is what inspired an entire generation of Americans to eat and drink more dairy products, right? I mean, yeah, probably, but looking back on it now as an adult, doesn't it seem just a little bit weird that it wasn't a particular company putting on all these ads? Like, if there wasn't one company profiting from selling all this milk, where was all the money coming from? I mean, it almost seems like the government launched a giant psychological operation, ad campaign, just so that they could offload milk so they wouldn't have to keep contributing to their mountain of cheese. Well, I'm going to take this off now because that's legit exactly what happened.
I figured.
In 1995, the U.S. government created...
Yeah, with how things were, how the tone, I was like, yeah, that's totally what happened.
A nonprofit organization known as Dairy Management Incorporated, and their entire job was to get the American people to eat and drink more dairy products. Literally a cabal of individuals plotting behind the scenes to get people to eat more cheese. It's the cheesiest conspiracy of all time.
Quite literally.
I'm not even kidding. Anything that has ever been sold or marketed that involved way too much cheese on it, this company is behind. Okay, they're the reason that Taco Bell started selling steak quesadillas. They were behind the Got Milk ad campaign. In 2002, when Pizza Hut had the Summer of Cheese event where they put way too much cheese on all their pizzas, this is who was behind it. In 2010, when Domino's almost went out of business, they gave Domino's $12 million to stay in business and then gave them a bunch of cheese so that they could put extra cheese on all of their pizzas, and that was their entire proposition for staying in business. Hey, our pizzas have more cheese on them now, so they're good. Okay. It is absolutely insane. So I did it. I found the world's cheesiest conspiracy, but then I found leaked internal documents from DMI. And they are the funniest fucking thing I have ever read in my entire life. I'll go ahead and read one for you now. It's a letter from Pizza Hut to DMI regarding a meeting they recently had, July 6, 1999. Dear Greta, we wanted to express our thanks once again for a wonderful meeting last week. We appreciate your team taking the time to share some very valuable information and creativity during our brainstorming session. Everyone is very excited about the presentation you gave regarding DMI's available resources and cheese industry insights. We look forward to working together to develop many cheese ideas we've discussed. We believe this is going to be a valuable partnership for both Pizza Hut and DMI. Let's sell more pizza and more cheese! Exclamation point. Thank you again for coming to Dallas. We look forward to talking to you soon about our partnership opportunities. We will call you next week to discuss the next steps. Sincerely, Derek, Lord of the Cheese, and Liskrin, Lady of the Cheese.
Lord of the Cheese and Lady of the Cheese. Cheesy.
Even they know that this is a fucking joke. Why is this such a joke? Well, because Dairy Management Incorporated, while it is a non-profit, they don't actually have to raise money for themselves like most non-profits do, because they're also a government checkoff program, which means every dairy farmer in America is legally required, whether they want to or not, to send this company money so that they can advertise on their behalf. And their annual budget is like $140 million a year, with their CEO and top level executives all making right around $1 million per year. Okay, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'm trying to tell you there is a group of people in America getting paid $1 million to convince Americans that cheese is awesome. Okay, that's like trying to fucking explain to Stevie Wonder what nothing looks like and getting paid $1 million for it. He already fucking knows that, okay? It makes no goddamn sense. Cheese is so fucking good that it is the one thing on earth that if you were allergic to it, we're not going to say you have a cheese allergy. No, you're lactose intolerant. We're not going to say you're allergic because we all know you're going to eat that shit anyways because the consequences are worth it. Am I upset right now? A little bit. Is it because I'm jealous? Uh-huh. It's basically selling ass candles to dogs.
Is he lactose intolerant? It's quite the image I paused on.
Paid $1 million for it. It is the most ridiculously easy job on the planet, and I'm so mad that it's not mine. Anyways, I guess if you made it this far on Unhinged,
that is an easy job. Convincing people that cheese is awesome and getting paid millions for it. That's easy buck right there. Yeah, easy $1 million. Yeah. It's just like that's a cheat code job right there. That's a straight up cheat code job. Like just like that's life on easy. That's a job. That's job mode on easy mode.
In conclusion, the U.S. government banned alcohol in the 1920s. It set forth a ripple effect through time, and now some dude in 2023 has my dream job of making $1 million a year to convince people of some shit they already knew. And the U.S. has 1.5 billion pounds of cheese hidden in an underground cave network. Fucking the more you know, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch. thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang. Out. I'm gonna go eat some fucking cheese.
Lovely, good to know. Is he lactose intolerant though? I'm curious. Someone in the comments will let me know. Also, is there a thing at the end? I'm pretty sure there is. I was told there usually is. Oh, not for this one. Okay, well damn. Oh, Winnegoon did a video on it too, huh? Government cheese tunnels and the got milk conspiracy. Oh, what the Pablo Escobar's hippos might cause the apocalypse. Cocaine hippos? Is that what our next Fat Electrician reaction is gonna be on? Jesus. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and say the pun we all know I'm gonna say. Yeah, this video is kind of cheesy. Alright, we're done. Alright, I like the video. It was really good. And I hope you enjoyed it too. And if you did, check out the original, which will be linked in the description below. Go support Fat Electrician for making this. It'll be linked down in the description below as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, don't miss anything. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.